everyone. I am here today with Dr. Melody Payne, who I know from my life as a piano teacher and a composer. So we know each other as colleagues in the musical world. But recently we have also found that we have a common interest in planning and planners. And Melody's emphasis seems to be more tech and digital oriented, whereas I'm kind of a paper planner girl. But I thought what I would do is just introduce Melody, have her just say a little something about herself, and then we'll dig into her brand new digital planner. It's for piano teachers, but I think all of my planner friends would love to adapt this for whatever they would need it for, not necessarily for teaching piano. So Melody, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Melody. I teach private piano lessons and I have an online business where I sell resources for music teachers and piano teachers. And the digital planner that I'm about to show you is one of those resources that I've designed and created. Now, before you get too excited, I didn't create this way of doing planning.
Right.
I followed some amazing YouTube tutorials that I found and that showed me how to put this together. So it was a labor of love, but it was really fun, and I'm definitely going to be doing it again because I enjoyed the process and the final result so much. So
You
that's a
didn't
little
have
bit
to
about.
you didn't have to write code and stuff.
No. You
Okay. Yes, I
not
pretty
me.
assumed that. Okay, so tell everybody where they can find your digital products.
So I have an online store on my website at melodypayne.com. It's melodypayne.com. And there's a link to my shop there. And I also sell resources on Teachers Pay Teachers. So you can search for me by name, Melody Payne, on Teachers Pay Teachers. And I sell things there too.
Okay, great. And you have a doctorate in music, piano?
Yes, in music education and minor in piano pedagogy from Louisiana State University. Go Tigers.
What is impressive about you? One of the things that's impressive about you is even before the pandemic hit, you were already making a career or an option for students to learn virtually. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
You're already doing like Zoom lessons or FaceTime lessons or Skype.
Started teaching online, I guess it was about in 2012. It was quite a long time ago. And it was still a fairly new thing, and people were still a little bit afraid of it. And I had a student who lived several hundred miles away from me actually and wanted her daughter to take piano with me. So we worked it all out and we sort of figured it out as we went. So I started on Skype with that student, and then I moved to FaceTime in March of this year of 2020 when everything went crazy with the pandemic. I decided that I needed more options than FaceTime or Skype would allow me to do at the time. So I went with Zoom. So now I'm teaching online with Zoom, and I use a lot of screen sharing from my iPad and do a lot of annotation on copies of sheet music that I have purchased the digital copy of, or of PDFs that I've made myself for my students. So we use that for a lot of different things.
What I'm hearing is that you were years and years ahead of your time. And
I don't know about that, but maybe a couple.
Ahead of the curve. We could do a few other Zoom chats like this just to discuss how you do worksheets with your students during lessons. But we'll focus on the planner this time. But there's so much, and this could be applicable for not just piano teachers, because all teachers now, probably even if they're in-person teaching, are also having some sort of remote component to their teaching.
Probably.
And so I think this is going to be interesting to everyone. But I am a paper planner girl. So let me just show you. This is my teacher plan. Okay. So it's big.
It's beautiful.
All right. So I'm a paper planner girl, but I'm also just a planner addict. I got an email that you have a digital planner, and I'm all about learning about that too, because I'm not a one planner girl. So anyway, what I thought we could do, if it's all right with you, is kind of slow down the pace a little, because when I looked at your video, it shows everything so quickly because you have to do it in a short amount of time to describe it. But part of my brain is just saying, wait, what did she do just now? So so what we're going to do is I'm going to turn it over to you to share your screen if you want to, and just kind of walk us through what you're going to do with this. Are you going to use this yourself? If you could just walk us through what you're going to do and what we would do if we also wanted to try it.
All right, well, let me screen share. So many of us now have iPads and we're using them all the time. And that's why I wanted to create a digital planner, is because whether you're teaching piano lessons like you and I both do, or whether you're hauling a bag of books going from classroom to classroom, which I know a lot of people are doing, or whether you're staying in your single classroom all day, it's so easy just to have your iPad
Your iPad.
with your planner right there. So
this is beautiful. Did you design this look? Because this is really pretty.
I did. I purchased the clip art. Sometimes that's the hardest part of product creation for me, is deciding what I want it to look like.
Right.
And with this one, I just saw this beautiful set of clip art on Etsy. I get a lot of my clip art there and on Teachers Pay Teachers, but found a beautiful set of clip art, and it just made me feel really calm. It was just beautiful. It was navy blue and this blush pink that you see. And actually these flowers with the little pink swash that you can see on the screen, those were part of the clip art set.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, that is the one. I have got to use that for something amazing. So
Yeah.
I went and bought that, and then found some other colors and things to go with it, and then just started following the tutorials and putting it together and figuring out how to make it work the way that I needed it to work. So
this is great. It's just beautiful. It has a really pleasing look just when you open it up. So
thank
you
you.
would, if you were going to be teaching lessons, you would open up you would turn on your iPad, and is there a particular app that you tap on to get to this, or?
Well, the download of this is actually a PDF file that has all the clickable links in it. But
Okay.
I've uploaded it into my GoodNotes app because I can write directly on it with my Apple Pencil or with my finger or whatever tool that I wanted to use. So I'll be showing it to you from within the GoodNotes app.
Is GoodNotes, is it a free app, or do you pay for it?
You pay for it. When I bought mine, I believe it was around $7 or $8. I think it was less than $10. So it was really affordable. And I use it sort of as it's basically the hub for everything that I do on my iPad. So for me, it was well worth
Good investment.
I have this home page, and before that page, I have a few other pages that you can use as a cover page. This would be the front page. And I'm just going to pull up, I've created, and this comes with the download of the planner, a set of gold monograms that you can use. And these are just digital stickers. They're PNG files. So all I have to do is tap and drag and drop, and then I can resize, and then my planner can have my monogram on the front if I wanted to do that. I call this the blush navy and champagne planner, and I just think it's just such a beautiful color. So you can use these letters and numbers. If you want to write 2020 on here, just drag and drop 2020, whatever you want it to say, just drag it over there. These are clip art essentially. So you wouldn't use them like a font, but they can be used like clip art.
Drag them on like clip art. A question arose in my mind just now when you said you could put 2020 on it. Does that mean that you could save this as the planner for this school year? Like, could you save it as your 2020, 2021 planner?
You could. You could have a 2020, and then if you still had your PDF from where you downloaded it from purchasing it, then you just upload it again and rename it 2021, upload it again, rename it 2022.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
Or 3033 or whatever whatever you need.
Yeah, really get your money's worth.
Right. So,
what would you do if you are in a piano lesson? Do you actually use this planner with the student, or is this just for you?
Well, I have a section in this planner that I created for online piano teachers to use, but you can see here that I've got all these sections that I've pre-made, and then these sections down here don't have anything written on them, but you can write whatever you want, and they're pre-linked to a blank page in the back of the planner. So you can actually do whatever you need to do with these particular sections. So here, the online lessons section, if it's blue at the top, it means you have access to your pen and pencil and highlight tools, and you can write on it, but you have to make it white at the top or disable the writing part so that you can click. So when I click on it, it goes to a blank page. And you can put whatever you want here. I have some blank templates, like some tables and lists and checklists and to-do pages, and you can import that and put things in this section and build the section the way you want it to be. But I've also included some things like staff paper, and it's a high quality file so that when you zoom in, it's still really crystal clear.
Right.
So you can use this to notate a quick little melodic idea. For instance, if you're in the middle of a piano lesson and you, for example, Sarah, as a composer, what if you have this amazing idea for a piece,
Right.
but you're in the middle of your online piano lesson? Well, you just open up this real quick and jot it down as fast as you can.
Jot it down. Okay, so show me, how would I jot it down? Would I use my finger? Would I use a
So I'm,
stylus, an Apple?
you can use your finger. Now this is a knockoff Apple Pencil. It's not a real one.
Oh,
But it was only about $35, and for me that's all I needed, so I just went with this one.
okay.
But then you just turn it on by pushing the little button right there, and it automatically pairs with GoodNotes, so you don't have to do anything for setup.
Okay.
And then all you have to do is in the upper right, see the pencil with the circle around it,
Yes.
tap that, and then you can select your pen tool and change your ink color, whatever you'd like to do. Let's do orange. I love orange.
Okay.
And then you can just write on here. There's a half note, and
Right.
you can make it look prettier if you want to use like the shape tool. You can actually draw a circle with the shape tool
Oh, and then it.
and then a straight line like that, and it makes
Right.
it look better. You can, you can write any kind of musical symbol. You can do turn off the shapes and turn back on your pen, and you can do, make a big repeat sign. It's just for jotting things down. If you're trying to teach your student, you can write down a scale. Here, play this scale, or where do the accidentals go, or anything like that. Basically, the sky's the limit. Just use it like you might use. I have a dry erase staff board that I use over here, which works very well, but I still, I have to hold it up.
You have to hold it up.
Can you see that? Oh, there's the
Right.
glare, all of that.
Exactly.
So my students have just really, really loved when I share the iPad screen and they can just see it right there on their
Right.
device. It's revolutionized online teaching for me, for real.
Yes, I get that. And I've had that same problem when I hold up something and it's left to me as right to them, and I'm trying to find the camera, and yeah, and there's a glare. So with this, you could interact. You could draw a note and say, name this note to your student, and they can see it because you shared your screen. Okay.
Absolutely. So whatever you would use staff paper for manually, whether, if you have printable staff paper or a dry erase staff board, you could use here. It's very easy.
Okay.
And so I've got a whole page of that, and then small ones, if you wanted to just jot down a whole bunch of flashcards really quickly. I just wanted to include those because I know sometimes I like to use flashcards in lessons, and I thought it might be fun to just have a little digital flashcard.
The wheels are turning right now. This looks really useful. Oh, look at that.
Just a reference sheet here, finger numbers, piano keys, and you could do something as simple as select the highlighter and go, what piano key is that? What piano key is that? What piano key is that?
Right.
What interval is this? Or what interval is this? But you could use it for whatever you like. Which hand is this one? Which hand is that? What finger number are those? What's a third up from B? What's a fourth down from G? So anything you can think of.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure and include, some specific pages for online piano teachers.
You can use those over and over again.
The easy thing, the 3 dots at the top of the page, when you click those 3 dots, you can just tap clear page, and then everything on the page erases. So you're ready for your next student in literally 1 second.
If you were working with 2 different students on this same page, could you save one so that the next time you start up with that student, you have what you did the last time?
You can duplicate this page and have a separate one for each student if you wanted to.
Okay.
So all you do, see this page right here, and then there's a tiny little arrow underneath it, that little bitty arrow.
Right here.
Have that tiny arrow, and then just tap duplicate. And then you've got to,
Okay.
and then you can actually touch them and drag it around and put it wherever you want it.
Oh, this is great.
And wherever you drop it, it saves it there. So,
okay,
so that's how you would do that. So you could actually create a separate section in the planner for each student if you wanted to. And that's actually, when you tap the home button, it always sends you back to your index page. And that's why I created this page down here, or these blank ones down here. So let's say if I wanted to, I don't know, you like to do photography. So let's just say something about photos right here. Birds. So when I write birds and then I tap right here, it takes me to this page, which is blank. So you could write birds right there. Now, if I go home and then tap birds, it takes me to my birds page.
Okay, this is great. Let's get down to planning. Let's say that you want to use this as your teacher planner, but maybe also your personal planner. Do you have pages in here like for daily planning or weekly plan?
I do. So let's walk through these little tabs on the front, and
Okay.
then I can show you the calendar down the side. The home button always brings you back to this index page.
Okay.
In today's tasks,
Ooh.
you can have a to-do list for today. You can keep track of how much water you drink. I keep track of my water intake every day. So you have one for today and one for tomorrow. And you can zoom in and just write whatever you need on here, just like we did. So drink water, you know, whatever it is, and zoom back out, and then you have your list there.
These are nice categories, not for teaching. This is like for your personal life. This is great.
Because I know some people, like you said, you're a multi-planner person, and I'm very much a sticky note to-do list person, but I am trying to rein that in so that I don't have 50,000, you know, I've got a stack of sticky notes. It's so bad. I have a stack of sticky notes right here on my piano, so I can just write things down. But what I'm trying to do is centralize everything. And so I'm hoping that if I can do it, then hopefully anybody else can too.
Okay. When you were on the home, oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you were on the home page, it seemed to me that you just slid that over to get to today and tomorrow. Was that true?
Some things you can do. The actual today and tomorrow is right after the index page.
Okay. Okay.
And this is within the today and tomorrow section. So it's a 15-minute calendar where you can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday going across, and make your own small to-do list there.
Right. So let's say you have a doctor's appointment Tuesday at 11. Do you just write that down? Is there a sticker? What do you do?
You could write it down. I've got stickers for the days of the week that you could import and put right in here. So I can show you how to do that. We'll just drag the Dropbox right over, and I'll go to the days. There they are.
I see that.
The days of the week. So we've got the champagne and then the navy blue. And so you could start your week on any day you like. I know some people like to start their week on Sunday. I'm a Sunday person, but some people like to start their week on Monday.
Right.
So with that, I'm going to say that this first box is Sunday, and this one is Monday, and this one is Tuesday. I'll just jump straight to the Tuesday. Just drag and drop it in, and then resize to fit in the box. And then here is your Tuesday. And you said Tuesday at 11 right here. So you can just write it in. You can zoom in if you wanted to write a lot of information there. And you could actually do that by just erasing that and then writing it much smaller. So I could say doctor, whatever the name is, or groceries, or gym, or whatever. I could put lots of things, and you can see when you zoom out, it's super tiny.
Right.
But the zooming in part is so easy. And I tried to make it where it has as many of the, I guess, tools or ways to use it as a paper planner would, but keep it digital. So it has stickers, it has things that you can pull in, the days of the week, the months, the monograms.
How about this? I'm going to look in my paper planner and see if I can find something that I do in the paper planner and ask you if there's some way that we could do that in the digital planner.
Fingers crossed. Okay.
Fingers crossed. Okay. So how about your enrollment, your student contacts?
At the very top, you can see that I have a contacts tab. And so I've put student name, parent name, address, and I put the things that I use, but I also have blank templates with no information at the top. So you could come back here
and make your own headers. All right. How about like your year at a glance? Do you have anything like that?
Yes, I have. Yes. Year at a glance.
Great.
I've got starting on January, if people like the 1 year at a time in that particular year, calendar year, or I've got one that starts on July, if you like an academic year.
That's nice.
And for these, what I've made to go in these pages, I call them monthly minis.
Oh, okay.
And it's these are my Monday ones, and I have a set of Sunday ones. So it's a 31-day calendar that starts on a Sunday, and then one that starts on a Monday, and then one that starts on a Tuesday. So it's every possible combination of what the months of the year can include.
August started on a Saturday.
On a Saturday. So I scroll down here, and August has 31 days, and here's the 31 days that starts on a Saturday, and I just drag and drop, resize, And there's my August year at a glance. It took 2 seconds.
Okay, that's fantastic.
So then I could do that for each one. If you scroll right down here, see here we have a 30-day month right here. That starts on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. A 29-day month. And then all the way down to
28.
28 that start on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay. February starts on a Monday.
All right. Here. February starts on a Monday, so.
And it's going to have 28 days.
28 days. So February, 28 days. Drag and drop and resize. And there's my February.
Okay, this is great. Okay, so far you can do everything in here. And you could also duplicate this page and have it without these little mini calendars in it, because I also have in my paper planner one of those sorts of spreads where I just put students' birthdays. So
absolutely.
You could do that. You could just add in their birthdays. Okay, let's see here. You are passing with flying colors. How about just a big monthly spread?
So go back home, and these tabs that go down the side are linked to each month of the year. So if I tap January, then I go to a January. I've got it set up so it is an evergreen calendar, and you can just write the days of the month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the little boxes, and then your January calendar is set. So then tap February and the tab flips over and you're on February and March and April. So that means that you can use it year after year after year without having to buy a new one. Let's see, August, we said started on a Saturday. So if it started on a Saturday, this is how quickly you can label. So you could just start on a Saturday.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And you could just label them really quickly, and then you are ready to go with your August calendar. Okay. And if you wanted, you could zoom in and see the quality is still very crisp and clear. That was one thing that I worked really hard to make sure that when you zoom in so that you can write a lot, that the quality of the image would still be really crisp and clear.
That's great. And I love the look of the coil there, so you feel like you have a real physical planner.
I followed a tutorial and learned how to make that coil from scratch. So
you made coil.
Wow.
Wow.
It was so much fun. It really was.
That's a lot more involved than I thought you had.
It's very involved, yeah. But it was fun. I enjoyed it.
It was fun. Okay, and also for anyone who's interested in this planner, I'm going to put the link to it in the video description. So I'll also put any other links, like for Melody's Teachers Pay Teacher Store and her blog, whatever we've talked about. I'll put the links in the video description. All right, let's talk about this. I'm going to give you a real puzzle.
Okay.
This is the puzzle that every piano teacher understands at the beginning of each school year. When you are scheduling your students for the year and you've received all of your registration forms and everybody has said what time they're available, what days they're available, how would you use this digital planner to help you solve that puzzle?
I would go to this page right here. Let's say Susie could only come here. And let's say that Josh could only come, see, it's true. Yeah. Josh could only come on Mondays, but he can only come later. But Susie can come at any time on Monday.
Okay.
So I kind of just jot their names in. And then once I started kind of seeing, oh, this is how it's going to fit, then I start to erase things one at a time. Okay, so he can only come at 4 o'clock, so I can't have her at 4 o'clock.
Right.
But she could come at 2:30 or at 5:45. So I would leave her on both of those places. That's kind of how I do my normal scheduling.
I think I saw what you did, but you erased something. There's an eraser tool up at the top.
Yes, the tool right now you see, here's the pen. I'll tap each one and say what it is. So there's a pen, that's the eraser, and that's a highlighter. So you can actually highlight things and you can still see through it just like
that. Oh, great. This is great. So, can you write on top of the highlighter with the pen?
All right, so let's see. Let's go to our Tuesday at whatever time. So let's say you can make it smaller.
Ooh, that's how nice.
And did you notice that it straightened my line?
It did. Yes, so, love it.
So that is a really cool thing. Then I could zoom in and say doctor's appointment.
Sure can. Oh, I love that.
You can use your highlighters, and you can do here, you can draw shapes. That's the shape tool right there. So if you wanted to block off a square or an area, you could use the tool shape right there. So if I wanted to block things off, see, it snaps and makes it a
Oh,
nicer shape.
yes. Yes.
If I wanted a pink shape for this one, then I could use a pink shape. And obviously, if I was doing it for real, I would definitely take my time and make.
This is great because, if your schedule changed or if somebody cancels, you don't have a big mess in your planner. You can just click on it and make it vanish for this. But let's say that you want to type up lesson notes or just kind of summarize what you did in a lesson. Okay.
So it looks a lot like the actual personal
Like
page that I had with drinking water and all of that on it.
uh-huh.
But I thought, oh, well, that'll work really well. I just need to jot down a list of things. So this is the lesson planning page. Or if you just wanted to import into this section a blank page, you could import a blank page right after this page. The composer's name is Sarah. There you go. Yeah, you can type in it.
Oh, good. Okay, great.
Wherever you touch the cursor, and you can move it around apparently as many times as you want to. And just touch it right there and say
and
hello.
you're just tapping on the screen to go to the different lines, right?
I am.
Okay.
I tapped my screen right there, and yeah, when you tap the text box up here and then tap the screen, then your keyboard pops up.
And I can save this under a particular student, or I can put that in their tab.
Right. You can actually move anything around here. You can move it around, put it in their tab, whatever you need to do. If you wanted this to be your lesson planning template instead of a to-do list like I had it, this could be your lesson planning. Or if you're doing a 30-piece challenge in your studio, or if you're trying to keep track of students who can do the 1-minute club for their flashcards.
Right.
Or whatever you need. So any of these can be, this is actually a 31-day habit tracker. And there is a copy of this that says habits or something on the top. But with this one, you could do a 31-day practicing challenge or something.
Oh, that is so cool.
Color in every bubble. And then we've got just notebook paper if you wanted just to write, and that kind of paper, and grid paper and blank paper, and then just a blank one of these and just blank stuff. So you can actually, like we moved it around earlier, you could type on this, you could duplicate it and then move it into the section that you want it in. So all of your students can have their own tabs on the front and
page. This is the total number of links that you can have to other places in the planner.
Yes.
One tab could be all of your Monday students.
Each tab could include a lot more information.
Right. You don't have to have a specific tab for each student. You could just, or you could even divide it by age. You could have beginners or people who are in this book or whatever. But I would probably just put all of my Monday students on one tab.
See, that's how my brain thinks too, because that's who I need for that day.
How about?
I thought I was off the hook.
All right. How about attendance? Can you do that? How many lessons the student attended throughout the term or the year?
One way that would be really easy, as I'm seeing this page, you could actually use this page to keep track of attendance.
I think that's what I would do.
Write the student's name on the left. This has 31 and
31 is the exact number of lessons I have in an academic year.
There you go.
That fits me perfectly.
So this is basically to create your program for your recital, the name and the piece and the composer. But then you could use this and then copy and import one of the blank pages back here.
Right.
The section that would come right after this. And then you can keep track of the awards or whatever it is that you need to keep track of.
You could take this with you anywhere. My husband usually does all of our grocery shopping. So when I'm waiting in the car, if I go with him, this is something I could be working on, just on the go.
Some planners, and when I say planner, I mean the person who does the planning. Some planners will spend part of a day and just decorate and beautify the whole entire September page, and it just looks amazing. They'll have stickers and highlighters and all sorts of things. They'll write in all of their things. I've seen college students use these as their academic planners to write all of the syllabus things in it, what's the due dates, and when their breaks are.
I don't know if you're aware of this facet of the planner community. There are Etsy shops that people will just buy a kit for 1 week, to decorate 1 week in their planner, and that's going to cost them $5 to $10. So I'm thinking that doing digital stickers is probably, I haven't looked, but it's probably more economical.
The particular screen protector.
Screen protector, yes.
The screen protector on my iPad, and it has more of a feel of paper. It's not as slick as a regular one. And was doing a little bit of research on that, and it actually does make it feel better to write on than having your stylus slipping and sliding all over the screen. So for me, it does feel a lot better and a lot more like paper when I write on this particular screen protector.
Screen protector. Tell me this, is this specific for iPad, or do you use it on other tablets, other devices, desktop, phone? Tell me what this will work on.
If you have a PDF notation app or a whiteboard app, they're called some of those different terms, and I'm sure a lot of other different terms. But if you can put that on there on your device, whether it's an iPad or another tablet, then you can use this. Oh, and this is really cool too. If you knew what page you needed to go to, like I know that my Monday students are on page 33. You can just go to page and type 33 and then go to it. So that go to page is really good.
Okay, so if somebody wants to get your planner, where do they find it?
The easiest way to find it is to go to melodypayne.com, click the shop tab at the top of the screen. So here's my website right here, and you can go to the shop right here. And then right over here, you can either search by product title if you're looking for planner. You can search by a category. This would be under piano teacher tools right down here. So piano teacher tools, and there's the planner right there in the middle. It's been a blast catching up with you. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's great. It is. It's like a virtual coffee date in a way. And I'm so thrilled to have a piano colleague friend who is also interested in organizational products.
It's the only way to stay sane, I think.
Yes, you're so good about coming up with digital resources and ways to tap into technology to make our lives easier. Because a lot of us are afraid to try something new, especially if it's techy.
I love to try new things. It's just kind of a part of who I am. It's been a lot of fun.
And I hope you have a wonderful first day back today. Here in this school district, school starts the day after Labor Day. And I start piano lessons the week after that. So we don't begin until September 15th. That's some time to try out things like this planner. All right. Thank you so much, Melody, for taking us through your planner and just for taking the time to be patient with me, since I don't really understand this as quickly as some people might. So we really appreciate that. And I know that my viewers may have some questions also. So if you guys have some questions, type them in the comments below the video, and I'll try to get back to you with Melody's answer to those. Happy planning, everyone, and thank you to Melody. And
thank you.
We've got a new school year to start. We can do this.
We can do this.
Bye-bye, everyone.